Trip to Southern California last week. I'm sure that you guys wanted a sweep. It didn't happen, but you go on the road for those two-game road trips. I think the plan, what I hear from coaches, go for the split. And so I've been really bad to go 0-2 last week. But you guys get the split. How important was it to come back 1-1?
Like you said, it's everything. To get a split like that on a tough road trip at Dominguez in LA is always a tough trip. At any trip in the CC2A, if you win Friday night, you got to turn around and do it again Saturday. If you lose, you got to turn around and win Saturday night. There's not much time to dwell. We talked about it. Learned how we lost, and then we had to move on, get ready for LA. And I think we prepared well. I think it plays to team's advantages actually to have to turn around so quick because you're forced to forget and move on and get ready to play.
You guys have one game this week, but it's another road trip to Los Angeles. Taking on Pomona, Pomona team where I believe that they're coming. Did they lose to Dominguez in LA? Traditionally, the Pomona teams, you don't hear that. Obviously, they're going to be angry, getting ready to face you guys this week and talk about facing Pomona.
They'll be upset. We're upset too. We felt like we should have gotten out of there with 2 wins. They feel like they probably should have also. At least we got one. Pomona is always a tough game, especially down there. Scouting that zone and figuring out the gaps in it. But we've beat Pomona before. It's one thing that's we got to get ready for them, but they have to get ready for us for our offense and the special things we can do. So we're really focused, locked in right now, getting ready to play those guys.
As a senior at HSU, have you been able to figure out that zone and what they do, or is it just kind of changing up and still trying to figure it out?
With conference tournaments and stuff, I think I've played them 12 or 13 times, and every time, it looks the same. On film is one thing to look at it and say, okay, this is where the gap is, but then getting out there and playing it's a whole other story. But that's the beauty of it, is because I think especially this team has enough talent when we play the basketball that we know we can play the special basketball. It's tough for any team to stop it, especially a zone like that. It's the 12 coach, he's run that zone forever as long as he's been there. But like any defense, there's gaps and weaknesses, and it's all about us getting ready to expose that.
Having just one game this week, do you change the mindset? Usually you're preparing for one opponent, maybe putting in some other wrinkles and kinks, that kind of thing for a team. But what's the mindset when it's just one team?
It's different, especially for a road trip. We'll get an extra day of practice here. The travel it'll be a little bit easier, and it really allows us to completely focus on this one game and leave everything on the court and really just expend our energy in that one game, knowing that the next day we're going to come home hopefully with a win. It definitely changes things up a bit, but I think if we had to do it one weekend, I think Pomona is the best weekend to do it on the road.
Is it frustrating? You guys have injuries. You'll have a player gone for a game or two, and having others to step up. There's been a lot of good that has happened with this team, but then you guys have had to work that much more with our injuries and that sort of thing. You kind of just talk about how this team has responded.
That's one of the things. As a senior, it's always a worry. You can't help but think about everything else going on with everybody. I want to win, and I want the most success for my teammates. And when we have injuries like that, it's tough. But Rocky and Tyrus and Malik has a finger and stuff like that. You trust those guys. You know how tough they are. The LA game, Rocky, I think he tweaked his hand again. Dominguez, and the risks outweigh the benefits. And someone that always steps up, and especially for our young guys, Nikhil and Jack, Will and Colin, coming off their redshirt year, they're always ready to play. Whether Rocky or everyone's playing 30 minutes or not, they always come in ready to play. And I think that's one of the special things about this team is how deep we are.
We're about halfway mark of the season. What can you say about this first half of conference play?
It's been a good first half. We're not done yet. We have a lot of work to do. We can get a lot better. When people say you want to plateau the whole season and peak around playoffs, and I think we're on the right path for that. It's just about continuing to get better, working in the weight room and watching film, breaking it down, just preparing our bodies to keep doing this and keep fighting every